Hello everyone. This is Vishwanath Chavan, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. Now I am here to explain the dynamic scheduling. At the end of this session, the students will be able to understand how to detect the hazard and how to eliminate using dynamic scheduling. So as we discussed in the previous video, the Tomosolo scheme, it has the two main advantages. The first one is the distribution of hazard detection, and second one is the elimination of stars for right after read and right after write hazards. So these are the some fields which are used in case of reservation stations. We'll see what exactly these reservation stations with an example. So first we'll focus on the 7 fields. The QP stands the operations to perform the source operands S1 and S2. Next two field QJ and QK. It stands the reservation stations that will produce the corresponding source operands. So normally the value 0 which is going to indicate that the source operand is there. Vj and Vk, so the values of the source operands. Kindly note that only one of the V field or the Q field is valid for each operand. For low type of instruction, the Vk field is used to hold the offset value. The next field A. So this A is used to hold information for memory address calculation for a load or store operations. So normally initially the immediate field of the instructions is stored. After the address calculation, the effective address is stored here. The last field, which is BZ, this field indicates that this reservation station and its accompanying functional unit are occupied. The register file is having the field KY. It indicates that the n number of respective registers of the given set of instructions, those are going to hold the results. The number of reservation station that contains the operation whose result should be stored into registers. So think about this question, pause the video and write the answer. The question is, what are the advantages of Tomosolo scheme? So the answer is, the advantages of Tomosolo scheme is the distribution of hazard detection logic, and it is going to eliminate the stalls like write after write, write after read. Let us see one example how this dynamic scheduling helps. Show what the information tables look like for the following code sequence when only the first load has completed, and write its result. So it is assumed that the first instruction load is executed. At this instant, we need to draw the respective values. Okay, so this is the first load instruction. The value will be loaded into F6. Second, this value will be loaded into F2. Next, mul. So F2 into F4, result will be stored into F0. Subtract F6 from F2, result will be stored into F8. Divide F0 by F6, result will be stored into F10. Then add F8 with F2, result will be stored into F6. See, there is a dependency among these instructions. But as we studied the out of order execution, the instructions are allowed to execute as soon as those respective operands are available. So in this sequence it is allowed. So we'll focus more detail. See, the solution for this question is the instruction status. These are the instructions. So first instruction is issued, it is executed, and result will be written into its destination F6. So according to the given condition that only the first load has completed, and hence this instruction is reached up to a write stage. So meanwhile this second load is issued and executed, but still result is not available, and the further instructions they are just issued, not executed. This is the scenario. If so, see the dependency. The instructions sub F2 F6. F6 is subtracted from F2 and result is stored into F8. So this F6 is the result which is available already because of the first instruction is executed, means it is available. So as soon as the operand field of this instruction is having the result, then after load the next immediate instruction is supposed to execute is subtract. Why? The result is available. So this, the out of order execution is taking place. The objective is that as soon as the operand is available, it should get executed. So it is not in order, but it is allowed to execute immediately after load because this result is available. If so, then why should they wait? So go ahead for execution. Then after this, the next which is add, this one. So F8, see F8 is available. If this instruction is executed, then go ahead. So F8 is added with F2 and result is stored into F6. So this is, as soon as result is available, it will execute. But here it is not shown, but once this executes, it will, next instruction is add, which is supposed to execute. So but this is supposed to take care about write. This is going to write this result after reading this. And similarly, see load, F2 is loaded here. It is assumed that if it is executed, okay. So then the result F2 is fetched by this instruction, as well as now next instruction is multi. So mul is going to go ahead for execution as soon as this F2 is available. But in this instruction, it is the previously which is available in F2 without execution, that is taken for subtraction. But if this executes, then this is F2 is updated. So then it won't take that F2 because it is already executed. But this updated value is taken by this mul and it will go for execution. And the division F0 by F6, result is stored in F10. So what is F0? This multiplication. If this result is available, then next immediate instruction which is supposed to execute is F0, and hence the order is going to modify like this, not in this order. So it will execute like this: load, then subtract, load, then subtract, then addition, load, subtract, then addition, then multiplication, then division. Okay, so this is the operations order which are going to take place. So this is the busy about first instruction is executed, it is not busy. Second, third is 4, fifth instructions they are busy. Yes, because they are executing, supposed to execute. They are busy in issuing the instructions. This VK indicates that the respect to sub instruction. This is the whose destination source values are mentioned here for mul and division, and this is the operations which are help for loading, performing the operations qj and qk, and this is the a field which is already, as we discussed, it holds the result of instruction in f2 with this address. So here the main point is that the order is modified compared to this one because of dependency. This is how the Tomasulo is going to help for reordering the instructions. So this is the register status, the register F0 multiplication. For example, F0, this result is stored in F0. Then F2 load, this is load operation. Like this, F2 load, then F6 addition, F8 addition, F10 multiplication, like this. So these are the registers which are going to hold the values of respective operations. These are the references. Thank you.